Hello, family. And to my family in the U.S., this is Security Boss, or SBU. What do y'all want to call me right now? Just call me SB. But to my South African family, I am Sabu. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing tonight? It is Friday evening, approximately 9:20. And what is it, about, what, 6:20, no, 3:20 back in the U.S. I hope my family in the U.S. is doing good. I know y'all still working hard, but my family over here in S.A., y'all know it's but Babylos. Y'all ain't nobody correcting me about that. Am I saying that right? Babylos, time to have fun, hangover time. Am I saying that right? If I'm wrong, y'all, I know what y'all are going to correct me, but no one has done it as of yet. So if I'm doing it wrong, please let me know. Y'all know I am still learning, and it's coming. It's coming soon. Y'all know it. So anyway, tonight, y'all, this week, I didn't get to miss y'all that much this week because I was here with y'all on Friday, but I'm still glad that I'm here with y'all today. But I got to give y'all some updates. We got to talk about some serious stuff, and then we got to talk about some nice stuff, some educational per se. It's even enlightening for the South African family, for the American family, all of us. It's enlightening to me, so I'm glad we came across it. And we're going to talk about that in just a little bit. Before we jump all into that, though, I want to say hello to everybody. Anybody that's coming into live, I'm just going to give y'all an opportunity to come on in. I got to give y'all some updates on some things that's been happening. Me and Mr. Boss with the car, we finally got the TRN. We are registering the car. Actually, the car is probably already registered. So we are getting tags and vehicle, all that stuff tomorrow. So we're going to be driving, y'all. We're going to be on the road and be like, hey, all of that. So y'all going to see SB on the road. Don't look. Y'all don't act like y'all don't know who I am when I'm driving down the road. Y'all don't forget me. But anyway, everything has been taken care of. So we will be driving amongst you guys, learning. I'm going to put that L in the back of my window, though, because y'all know I ain't used to driving on the right-hand side of the car. Y'all know that, right? That thing is difficult, but it just requires you to think, and I guess that's what you should be doing when you're driving down the road anyway. But we got to bring that to you because we did find the car. TRNs are in. Registration is being done, if not already done. I think it's already done. We actually get everything tomorrow, so we're going to let y'all see all that, And I still got to show y'all the cinema room. I still got to show y'all that because we've been watching movies almost every single day. But I got to let y'all in on that, too. We're not quite finished completely, but we'll get there soon. So yeah, just give us a minute and we'll do that. But anyway, what else has been going on? Oh, I hate to even get into it. Last week we had an absolutely good show. Miss Juanita, thank you so much for chiming in. Also, I don't even know what happened to our connection last week. We some kind of way got offline. We had to end the show abruptly, but listen, it was good until it wasn't, right? So any of y'all that, go back and take a look at it, it's there for you. We appreciate you, but it's some things that are going on that we're going to talk about. But in by some sad stuff, y'all. I guess I hate to actually get started on it, I really do. Tonight's show, though. What is the title of tonight's show? I didn't even catch Mr. Boss's formal title of tonight's show. What did you call this tonight's show, Mr. Boss? Are expats improving the economy in Africa? Are we improving the economy? There's been some questions, y'all. We've been getting hit upside the head sometimes left and right about what we're doing, how we improving or how we hurting the economy. And apparently that's just a theme for the whole continent, not just South Africa. But we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But I guess I got to just tell y'all this story. It happened today, I believe, or maybe it was yesterday. But it was a family. And we're going to start with that. We're going to start with the family. It was a family. It's a helicopter. It was a tourist ride. You know how y'all know what I mean. Y'all go to big cities and you just want to get on a helicopter to see the big city. Well, guess what? It went wrong. This family here on the screen, a family of 5. Look, they are a beautiful family. Beautiful family. Check them out, y'all. They were all on the helicopter. Them plus the pilot actually passed away. They landed or they crashed into the Hudson River. And y'all, they got it's all over the news, and it was a terrible. We don't know yet why the plane went down, but we did hear that the pilot, right before the plane crashed into the river, that they were running out of fuel. I don't know if that made a difference because you also see one of the propellers or whatever, just fly off the plane. The pieces were flying off the plane as the plane was going into the water. So I can't even explain that. But y'all know what time we're living in. God is getting our attention, so we need to pay attention. And He gonna bring us to our knees one way or the other. So it's gonna be some of us. It's gonna take a lot. Others are gonna get the message, and we're gonna be like, we repent, Lord, forgive us. But this family, that's very sad. So we're going to send prayers out to their family. But you know what? Now, some of y'all are not going to get this because y'all really feel like death is the end. But others of us don't necessarily think that way. But the fact that all of them were together, I'm assuming this was the whole family, immediate family. The fact that they were all together, I think that is kind of amazing that they all went together. No one has to have the grief, I think that's kind of a neat idea. I don't know. Y'all might not agree with me. Who do we have here? Is it Choka Girl? You know what? You look very familiar. I would move to Mauritius if I go to Africa. I've never heard of that. Where is that? Give us some information, but you definitely look familiar. I think you're one of my American girls. I'm not sure. It's good to see you. Agnew, peace. I like that. Thank you so much for joining us. You guys, when you are coming into the live, make sure you're giving me a thumbs up. If you would like to come into the live and actually chat with me a little later on in the show, Mr. Boss will put up the link and we'll get, I want to hear what you have to say, especially my South African family. Not that I don't want to hear from my American family because I miss y'all. I know we're on that 6-hour time difference and I know y'all probably at work. But guess what, guys? It's about 3:30. Y'all should be like, if y'all haven't ended the day physically, I know mentally y'all done already checked out. I know y'all have. I know y'all have. But anyway, that was one sad story. Yes, I thought so. I'm seeing the picture. How are you doing? It's good to see you. I'm glad you caught me on a day like today. Welcome. And I am in in Africa. I'm in South Africa. And I haven't heard of this place you speak of, but I'm sure it's a beautiful country. Africa is a beautiful place, y'all. South Africa is a more beautiful place. So if you ever get a chance to come to the continent, make sure South Africa is on your bucket list because it is beautiful. I know that in the West, the media does not paint the picture as though South Africa, it's like the worst country ever. Crime rate is crazy. It's just terrible. All you see is hunger, poverty. It's just nothing good about it. It seems to me about Africa, period. But yeah, that's not the case. Y'all have to come visit. Yeah, if you don't decide to live, you have to come visit, right? So another story that I don't have any pictures or anything about this, but I know you also heard that over in Dominican Republic, there was a roof in a nightclub that collapsed. And again, y'all, these crazy things are like, what? Things are happening and there's no explanation for it. Or at least we haven't heard one as of yet. But I did hear that there was like 180 survivors, but there were over 200 that actually lost their lives in this nightclub. This is a very sad event again, and I don't know how. I don't know if it was raining, if it was storming. It was a very old building, I've heard. A very old nightclub, but over 200 people lost their lives and 180 did make it. They said that was the last count. And I think as of right now, it's official. It's cleanup time. They've done and found everybody that, I think maybe everybody that they feel as though has been accounted for, So anyway, that's another sad situation that's not coming from the U.S., but just still, it's just the time that we're living in. We hear these stories and it's just the roof just collapsed. It's just, I can't wait to hear why the roof would collapse. It's by the Indian Ocean in Africa, and it's a beautiful place. I haven't heard of that before, but Africa, y'all got to come take a look at it. You got to come for at least 10 days. You can't come a week. It's too, first of all, the plane ride is too long to become staying a week, but come when you have some time. I think it's worth it. You just need to see for yourself because the picture that is being painted, you just would not believe that we actually live the way that we do. So I advise everybody to take a look, come on over and just see for yourself. Okay, so that is my little update for the week. I'm going to see what I did. I said we got the car. We got the TRNs. We're going to be driving, y'all. We registering and all that good stuff. You love me? It's actual whole suit. You can't see it with the pants and everything. Thank you. But listen, we did all that. So listen, I'm going to come on over here to my South African family. There are some things that we have so much in common with South Africa and the United States, right? Everyone knows that Donald Trump is being very hard on immigration right now. He's like locking down the borders because the previous president, apparently they opened the doors and said, come on in, just come on in. And everybody was just coming on in. And it seems as though, I'm not saying over here they're just letting it come on in, but they just coming on in. So here they have I think he's new. We've only been here about 8 months now, going on a year. So I don't know when he actually came into office, but his name is they call him the Home Affairs Minister, Dr. Leon Schreiber. He is saying, listen, we're not having it over here. He has said, listen, he's unveiling drones with, laser, radar, heat sensitive, all of that. He got drones. He's got body cameras. He's like, no, it's not happening anymore. And all this is coming out during the Easter weekend. So if you're coming over the border, you're going to get caught. He's already put out listen, it's a whole news press release about this. So, getting back to that, he says the Border Management Authority, BMA, is in partnership with the Department of Rural Development, has unveiled high-tech tools, including surveillance drones, to monitor cross-border movement throughout the festive season. So they're bringing them out this Easter season. So I don't know if that's like a big time for people. Obviously, it is to come over, be with family or what have you. They come over and they don't go back. I really don't know. But they are bringing these things out for Easter. Established under the Department of Home Affairs, BMA is responsible for the border law enforcement to all ports of entry and other border law enforcement areas. They are making the officers actually wear body cams, so if someone would even think about taking a bribe or doing anything that they're not supposed to do, it will be caught on camera. Now, the thing I don't know is if the cameras don't come on, would they be dealt with also? I'm not sure, but guess what? Dr. Schreiber says he ain't playing no more. We got too many people over here in South Africa that are illegal. And these people that are illegal are causing problems. So he's like, no, we're shutting down the border, and your body heat will be what gets you caught. And there's nothing you can do with your body heat. Now, y'all, there's something that was funny. I think I don't know if it was on this press release. I don't think it was, but I saw somewhere that coming over the border in Mexico, they have gotten these, they call them carpet shoes, y'all. They putting carpet shoes or carpet pieces on the bottom of the shoes so they won't leave any footprints. So Border Patrol won't be able to follow them. Y'all, they have thought of everything. They got wristbands to put on the people that are trying to come over the borders to say how much money that they've actually paid to come over. I mean, it's like, y'all listen, I don't know if it's just that I'm grown now, if I never paid attention, but this seems like this illegal border crossing thing is like just going outrageous now. It's like every country, most countries are having a problem, especially the ones where there's, quote, a better way of living. So the United States is having many problems, and Trump has drones and all these things also. But I'm glad to see that SA now, this new Minister of, what is he calling himself exactly? I want to get the right name. The Home Affairs Minister, that's what they call him, Dr. Leon Schreiber. He has said it's not happening, y'all. So tell your friends. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if they're going to just put you in jail, then send you back across the water. I'm not really sure. But he's got drones, and the drones have lasers, and they are heat sensitive, so they can pick up body heat no matter where it is. And they have that night vision, right? So also, they have that. They have the body cameras. Y'all know body cameras that's a saving grace for some of us. When the police officers had to start wearing body cameras, everything became very transparent, and you got to see everything on camera. And I think that saved a lot of lives. And it takes away all the confusion and lies that people may tell, that law enforcement or authority may tell when they have bad shootings, when they're taking bribes, or when they're doing anything wrong. So guess what? They've put now 40 body cameras also, and the Border Patrols are actually wearing these cameras. So shout out to you guys. Y'all see that? Y'all see the drone? He ain't playing. They look very excited. Y'all can see men in their toys, but this one's doing some real work. But this looks like Mr. Boss to me. He like, look, I got something. I got me a new toy, and the drone is it. So tell your family, do the right things. Don't try it. South Africa is not playing anymore. Don't be trying to come over in the middle of the night anymore. Forget that. So let me see here. So that is a good thing. I think this was very positive, and it's a very good thing. So welcome you guys to the live. Fred, how are you doing? Hello, are there more disasters or we have more ways to hear about it? Listen, there are so many disasters that's going on right now. It's like you can't even find any positive news, and it does bring the show way down, and I don't want to do that, but I definitely want to keep my family here and say, informed with my family in the U.S. I just definitely want to do that, both sides. Some people say, wow, well, what do we, I had some people leave me a comment, what we care about what's going on in the U.S., because guess what? It's so parallel to what's going over here, it would just basically knock you off your feet to hear it. So that's why, and I've lived in both places, or I'm living in both places, so I'm experiencing it both ways. So it's interesting to me. It's very interesting to me how so many things are going on here that have gone on or that are also going on there. So that's why I bothered to tell you both. I'm glad I caught you live, SV. Thank you. I'm glad that you're here. Fred, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Remember, guys, when you come into the live, make sure you give me a thumbs up. I would definitely appreciate that. Tonight's show is Do Expats, do we contribute, y'all? Do we make things better? I know we keep having this conversation. It's because sometimes in my comments, I get a lot of complaints about, I don't know if they're valid or not. So I was looking through the YouTube, and I found a channel, I think it's called 77 Group or something of that nature, but we're going to give a shout out to them in just a moment. But it's actually shot in Ghana. And they found a group of African Americans and some Ghanaians, and they were actually they had like a debate per se, but it wasn't the debate where we argue. It was a debate where you actually learn, and that's the best type of debate. It's because that's how you get solutions. And I gotta share some things with you guys, because it seems as though my South African family can actually tell me, but my U.S. family, I want y'all to hear some of the concerns that the family over here has. I gotta first tell you guys, in America, I still haven't looked it up exactly what it is, the number, but y'all need to understand that an African American in the U.S. is a minority. It's a small amount of us. It's a very small amount compared to all the people that are there. Over here in South Africa, it is 63 million, 63 million people here in South Africa. 81% of those people are Black people, 81%. So guess what? It ain't hard to figure out that we are the majority here. Now, excuse me, as I also was looking up things, I gotta let y'all know, as far as African Americans go, it's only about 3,000 of us. 3,000. Yeah, so that's like, yeah, you blinked and we was gone. Yeah, you blinked and you missed us. So it's a very small amount. So just keep all that in mind when you all are thinking that we are causing any type of ruckus or any type of change that may set you back or cause you some problems or discomforts. Just keep in mind that it's only about 3,000 of us, right? Such a small amount. It's 63 million people in South Africa. So what I want to do is I definitely want to share this video with you guys, and we're going to stop, and I want you all to, hear and give the equivalence. If you don't catch the live, it still will be there, so I still want your feedback. So when you see it tomorrow, tonight, whenever, I still want you to leave your comments, because I really want to know what you think, because, Ghana's having the same issues per se, or some of the same questions have come to me. So I want to hear what you all have to say also. And it's our expats improving the economy in Africa, because y'all hear what I hear also. Or y'all may say what they're saying. So let's just listen. Go ahead.
Kudjo, tell me, are the people who've returned romanticizing the idea of Africa a little bit?
Maybe a little bit.
Tell me about that.
Well, the truth is, we are survivors here in Ghana. And the reason why it may look like it's like we want to switch places with them, is because of that doggedness that the country has built inside of us. You've gone through the educational system. You've put together yourself to be on top of society, but then there's no opportunity for you to use them and put yourself in a better place in the society.
All right. So the question was, I'm gonna say, do Americans, do we romanticize South Africa? Now, I just mentioned to who was that? Chaka girl. I just mentioned to her how beautiful South Africa was, or is, excuse me, and that's an honest, and I see the wealth here, and I tell people about that because I know when I was in the United States, I didn't hear anything about South Africa. Now that could be because my world is small, but when I got here and I saw how well, we could actually make a living here in South Africa and how easy it was to do the transition. I mean, I have to tell you about this. I have to tell others. It is very easy. This is a very soft landing from people that are coming from the United States. I'm here as a retired person. I'm not looking to do a whole lot. But if I want to, this would be the place I would choose to do it. So am I romanticizing it? He says that he believes that that Americans do romanticize Africa, as in Ghana, because let me tell y'all something. I think people who live here, just like I would do for the United States, I take it for granted. I really do. Because I lived there for so long. I got so used to that way of living. I can only see the problems. But when I come here and I tell you guys, you all remind me of the 1980s. In the 80s was a very good time. Things were like chill. People got along. You could hang out. The music was relaxing. It wasn't any bang, bang, shoot 'em up. All those things happened in my 1980s. In the 80s, it was good living. So when I say that, like family, like when I see people hanging clothes on the clothesline, when I see children around the back of a truck, things like that, that to me, it makes me smile. So I don't know if I'm romanticizing it, but I'm definitely telling the truth. And all my South African family can agree to that. That's how it is. It has a way of being real simple. And simple life that's what you want when you get a certain age. So I'm not romanticizing it. But what he's saying is he's gone through college. He's done everything he's supposed to do to be the successful person to live like we live here. And there's no opportunity for him. Now, I know a lot of my South African family feels that way because I've been in several Ubers where all the drivers, they were like, look, there's no opportunities. Even Miss Juanita, as of last week, was saying, look, I'm overeducated for these jobs and I can't find a job here in South Africa. So for her or for you all, it's like I've done the work, I've done what I'm supposed to do, and I haven't accomplished what I need to accomplish. So I get it. So that could be a problem, but what do you do? That's not a problem. I mean, being an African American, I didn't cause that problem, but what do we do? So that's something, to me, that would be something that you would say, okay, look, let's create some employment. Let's create something. And then, I guess at that point, we would have to sit down and say, hey, look, or you all would have to say, I ain't gonna say misdirect, but change your mindset on what you're doing. Yes, you got the education, which could always help you. Learning always helps. But now it's time to figure out what can I do with it. If I'm not able to work in my field, I may have to change another, become an entrepreneur, do something, create a job, create a career that we do need here. And it may be something totally different, but, that's what, that I've heard that this is definitely an issue. So I understood what he was saying. Go ahead, Mr. Wells.
Kojo, tell me, are the people who've returned romanticizing the idea of Africa a little bit?
Maybe a little bit.
Tell me about that.
Well, the truth is, we are survivors here in Ghana. And the reason why it may look like it's like we want to switch places with them is because of that doggedness that the country has built inside of us. You've gone through the educational system. You've put together yourself to be on top of society, but then there's no opportunity for you to use them and put yourself in a better place in the society.
All right, so you see what
So let me ask that question, because you did talk about immigration and emigration. And actually, surprisingly, Ghana is one of those few countries in Africa where there are more people leaving the country than there are coming in. And that surprised me. So I want to know from the people at the back, anybody, if you got a chance, are you taking the plane to get out of Ghana? Let me see by show of hands if your answer is yes.
I feel it's because they have money. That's why they're coming back home. But for me, I want to leave the country because the economy here is very bad.
Let me hear one more person at the back.
I would love to leave the country. Just as they are saying, when they were coming, they came with money, which is making their life comfortable. But we in the country, people are struggling on the street. If such person get opportunity, in fact, the person will leave the country.
All right. So again, this is another thing that I hear a lot of, and a lot of people have told me that they want to go to America. And again, we do, when we come here as African Americans, we definitely come, we have to come with money. And most of us are either coming as retirees, work visas, or something of that nature. So we do have to come with the ability to take care of ourselves. But I got to tell you, the fact that they want, so many of them want to go to America. Now, I think the major part is, well, I'm not going to say, I'm going to let him tell you. I think the thing is that you just haven't lived in America. You don't know exactly what living in America is like. Listen, America is beautiful. It has a lot of opportunities, but it is very expensive in America. Very, very, very expensive. Nowhere near what it is here. And I know, I mean, some of you are probably thinking, but it'll balance itself out. I don't think so. I don't think so, y'all. I told you guys about a month ago, a carton of eggs is like a carton of organic eggs. I want to say it was $12. $12 for 12 eggs. Was it more than, it might have been more than that. It was outrageous. Eggs, milk, and bread are now outrageous. It's just not even, it's becoming unlivable for the people that are there. A one-bedroom apartment is, let's say, $1,500. $1,500 would probably be close to what, 2.5 rand? I mean, just no, 2,500 rand. Is that it? No, it's more than that. It's ridiculous, y'all. It just doesn't make sense. $1,500 for a one-bedroom apartment. A one-bedroom apartment used to be $450. It is now $1,500. It is outrageous, the cost to live in the United States. Yes, they may pay more, but the cost of living is outrageous. If you were to talk to some people that are right now that are living in the United States, go to California, go to New York, go to any place like that, and they will tell you that you do not, living there now is so overrated right now because of the economy. I understand that they're saying that the economy here in South Africa, it's tough because you did the work, but you're still not at that level where you would like to be. And sometimes, you know, it just requires putting in time. But I must tell you, living here, if you are in a good position, if you are working a good job or in a good career, it is definitely better living here than it is in the United States as far as the economy goes. But again, we do come here with money. But understand, most of us are people that are of age. I mean, we are at the retirement age, if not right close to it, or, you know, we've been in the military or things of that nature, business owners or things of that nature. So yeah, we're coming with money. So we do see things really different. And not only that, the American dollar, I don't know about in Ghana, but here in South Africa, the American dollar is so valuable here. So yes, they're right about what they're saying. We're coming with money. And I do say you should maybe go visit the United States, but it's not easy living. You know, if you could go with a group of people and y'all would maybe get an apartment or rent a house or something where you can share in a lot of the expenses, that may be one thing. But going as a person that is going just to get a job and take care of yourself, a car, what have you, is very expensive. I would just say go try it, and you will see that here it's better living here. You would definitely think that living here is better, definitely.
What Prof is saying is quite true. Now, I heard my sister from behind me say that these people have money coming in. Yes, they may think that what they have is not enough for them as they come in here. But from the ordinary person on the streets of Accra, let's say Oxford Street, you see, if I want to walk on Oxford Street and buy what Prof is wearing, I can walk there and buy it. But can you imagine getting to Oxford Street and there's a vendor selling this thing, Prof standing there? The moment the person realizes Prof is coming from outside, his donation, the person prices this thing very high. So it brings a certain gap. But at the end of the day, once the prices go up, it doesn't come down. And we are the ones who suffer eventually. And that is a problem we are facing here today. Their presence is actually creating a problem for us economically.
All right. So listen, we're gonna get to the bottom of it. Okay, so you heard what he said. This is of course in Ghana, but here in South Africa, We have heard this so many times that we are creating a problem because we come here, we have money, and we're willing to pay the more expensive or pay more for things than the regular or the South African. Understand this. That's not what we want to do. This is a problem for us also. We don't want to do that. By no means do we want to pay more money. But like he said, you hear our voice, you hear our accent, and then someone, the vendor, whoever that may be, decides to take the opportunity to charge us more money. In this clip, he says then the vendor doesn't go back down on the price. It leaves it at that. So then the price for the South African is now more expensive. But y'all listen, it's only 3,000, approximately 3,000 of us in South Africa. So how could we be doing all this purchasing of goods that it would change your economy? So you got to know it's not coming from us. This is just maybe a sign of the times. Things are becoming more expensive or whatever you, or guess what though? South Africa is now on the map where it was like a little secret. People actually know about South Africa now due to celebrities, TV shows or whatever, movies, whatever, dating shows, I don't know. Steve Harvey, Family Feud, all those things have come. And now people know and see and have heard or are hearing about South Africa. Yeah, we do. I do it too. I talk about it. So now you guys are being seen and people are looking at South Africa. So there's opportunity, but it's not the fact that we are here and we purchase things and we have money to do so. So I definitely understand, but y'all don't put that on us. I would really want to pay the South African price. Actually, I think someone has told me that it's against the law to have one price for a South African and another price for someone that is a foreigner. I've heard that. Now, y'all probably thinking, I even heard that, oh, that ain't true. No, it's very true. It is very, very true. We even did a test, so it's very true. You know, it makes us even think, well, you know what, we might have to have this person go in and purchase this for us or negotiate this for us because they'll give him one price, but they're going to try to increase the price when we go in because they know that we are Americans and they feel as though we have the money to do so, but that may not be the case. Or guess what? We may have the money to do so, but why we don't want our money allocated to something just because you decided to increase the price. So, yeah, that's a real thing. We need to talk about that. We definitely need to talk about that because that is something that definitely goes on. But again, it shouldn't be contributed to African Americans because we're only a small amount of people. We only represent a small amount in South Africa. So don't do it. Go ahead, Mr. Boss.
Do you feel that because of your accent, sometimes people want to take advantage of you?
I would say that sometimes that is true, but it's not just true for African Americans. I think it's true for anyone that has an American or UK accent, even if they're Ghanaian. When we're talking about Ghana, Ghana is a country that has a population of over 30 million people. There are maybe 10,000 African Americans. We're an extreme minority. So I think that sometimes we're used as a scapegoat, and that is misplaced.
See there, she said it. God is more African Americans in Ghana than there is in South Africa. 10,000. And you can't blame something in a country you're changing the economy on 10,000 people. That is not fair. I do think we may be used as some sort of scapegoat. But anyway, we're going to move on to the next one.
These are now your countrymen and women. Are you aligned with their values?
We are happy they are here and would wish that we can coexist with them without having any problem whatsoever. If we see our brothers and sisters, irrespective of even the color, even if it's a white person coming to buy something, let the pricing be as it is. Okay. You understand? And maybe governments and the state agencies need to establish some kind of price control regimes so that everywhere you go, the prices will be the same, so that it doesn't come to the point where I see you pay the way you speak or pay your color, then I price the thing to suit myself just because I want to make some extra profit. That is stealing, and it's very bad.
So I agree totally with him, and it is stealing, and I think we have a problem. So my South African family, like I said, if you're not able to make it to the live, I definitely want to hear your comments. This video will definitely be on my channel afterwards. I want to hear your comments about this because this happens often. Mr. Boss has gone to buy several things. He's even gone in a pawn shop a couple times, different things. And they have preserved a special price just for this American man, practically, versus the price of what it should be, or versus the price that a South African person would pay for it. And guys, it's like, I don't understand that. I don't understand that part. Just because you feel as though I have more money, why would you? I don't know about this one, y'all. This is something we need to talk about. And I know you guys people that are here watching this live may not have any control over what store owners or business owners may do. I know, it is what it is. I get it. But I think if we bring some concern to that, then, maybe someone will start paying attention, because like he said, there should be some repercussions or some laws that are put in place. And I've heard also here in South Africa that is against the law to do so. But you know what? Who do you talk to? Who do you go tell that, hey, this is going on? What can we do? Who do you report something like this to? Do you report things like this? I don't know. It seems to be a small thing compared to some of the bigger problems that may be going on. But again, this is something that is happening, something that we do go through as African Americans, or probably, let's just say, as foreigners, with this special accent. So that is a major problem. I definitely want to hear what you all have to say and some solutions. This is a solution-based show, solution channel. I don't play with the, nothing but solutions. I don't care to debate. If it's a real problem, we need to have some solutions so we can move forward with it. Hey, Ashford, how are you? I think they feel as if it won't really break your pocket. Yeah, but that doesn't, because I'm American. That's. I know the world is not fair, y'all. I know that, but that's stealing in my world. And it could be just my world I'm talking about. But no, this man here in the video, he was from Ghana. He said that's stealing also. That's not fair practice, because you feel like, what if I'm not that person though? What if I'm not the person that has it? What if I'm a person here on a work visa, on an artist visa, or on something different where I'm trying to be creative and do something and haven't made the money or whatever the situation.
Dearly beloved.
And you know what, Ashford? I'm so glad you said that, because you're right. We need to talk about that. Is that safe to assume because you are an American, you automatically got money? I must say, we do live a privileged life in America. I know some people that are in America would take that for granted and be like, nah, the white man this, the white man that. Hey, look, I'm here to tell you guys, it's false. They're making it up. They blame the white man for whatever. The reality of it is,
bro, they liars.
They need to get on a plane and go somewhere else and see the rest of the world, because if they did, they would understand that to live in America, you are living a privileged life. Now, listen, I know that bad things happen. I know the police department is corrupt. I know that there is racism everywhere. I understand it all. But most of us, the majority of us being Black people, in America, we do live privileged lives, even the ones who don't have a lot of money. Because let me tell you, if I haven't told y'all yet or before, the federal government takes care of your housing, takes care of your food, and puts money in your pocket. It really does. I'm here on the other side now. I see people who are in need. I see my family over here in SA that really needs. You have people here that live in informal housing. That's not something that goes on in the United States. If you take these people here and put them in the United States, the way that I just know it would be bright-eyed, right? Just the living situations are totally different. So therefore, I would say the people in the United States are privileged. I would say I lived a very privileged life. I would say that. Some might not agree. You might, like I said, some of them are going to be like, no, the white man held me down. That's false, y'all. It's fake. They're not going to agree with me, but I think it's fake. First of all, you don't contribute anything. It's so much opportunity in the United States. It's just so much opportunity, where it's not that much opportunity here. So for them to complain like I hear that they do, they should not. They should be very grateful for where they are and what they have. I am very grateful for what I have and where I came from and the United States. Although I will tell you, there's been many times I've taken it for granted, but I wouldn't do that again. But again, like I said, though, there is corruption there, and it was time for us to leave. And the economy there is not good. And the United States is in for some hard times. But it has nothing to do with the way we actually lived while we were there. Living there is very good because I have seen the way that others live. There's no I don't know anybody that would experience water shortage, power shortage, things of that nature that I see here. None of that, y'all. So if you hear some people from the United States complaining, you need to just look at them and be like, and just keep going because it's really not necessary, which is wrong either way. Yeah, it is definitely wrong to assume that it won't break your pocket. That's interesting too that people would just assume that, but I believe you're right. I believe, Ashford, I think you're right. Thank you so much for being here. You're exactly right. Now, there's a more in-depth conversation about people assuming that African Americans may just have the money to pay more. Makes no sense to me, but, keep going.
You got to really understand culture to understand people. When you come to Ghana.
But people is culture.
Yes, but when you come to Ghana, chopping is part of the culture. Yep. You just have to.
Like chop my mind.
No, not just chopping. Like whether they chop their family, they chop their friends. It's just a way. Whether the government is chopping the resources, it's part of the culture. So if we want to see change, then we also got to influence culture. We got to go in there and then make something like chopping repulsive, like saying it's stealing. You understand? Now, if I say a government official that chopped resources that should have went here and he took it and reappropriated for something else, then he stole the money. See, now, if we say that instead of say he chopped the money, then at that point, he don't want to be a thief. So then he changed his behavior and his action. So it's important for us to start to look at culture and then influence culture in a way where we can bridge the difference and then we can progress as one.
Okay, y'all. This is always one of the things that just make me shake my head when we talk about culture. Okay, so y'all noticed that the young man said that chopping is a part of the Ghanaian culture. Chopping is to acquire or obtain something, particularly money, quickly and often in a negative sense, such as stealing or embezzling. Y'all, now look, Mr. Boss, he was like, Garcia K, how are you? Listen, I just do not want to, okay, this is in Ghana. So I need my South African family to let me know, is there something that is relatively close to chopping, or do you all use, or would you use the same term in South Africa? If there's something that's familiar about this, please let me know. Or if there's another term that you all would use, let me know. Is this a part of the culture in South Africa? And if it is, please tell me, where does this come from? I would really love to know. Now, the reason why I'm asking is because we've never made it something, I've never heard anybody say it's a part of our culture in the United States, but it happens there also. It definitely does. But I've never heard anybody say it's a part of our culture. So when he says that it's a cultural thing, and in order to make a difference, we got to change the culture, it became a conversation for me. I need to know. I need to understand, because what you're saying is, I look just like you. But if you can get something from me, you're going to go ahead and chop it up and get it from me, and you're going to walk away and it's going to be good because that's just what we do. That's the kind of people we are. And I'm telling you, that ain't it, y'all. That ain't it. So when I change the color and make you feel like you stealing something like you didn't know you were stealing, you didn't know? Y'all, we got to talk about this because something ain't right. Y'all help me. Y'all help me because look, I spent too much time trying to live a righteous life to be like, chopping is a part of my people's culture. And I just got to understand I got chopped today and I'm probably saying it wrong and using it wrong. So y'all help me out. And I don't even live in Ghana. But when he said this, I was like, what did you say? So it's almost like he's saying, it ain't almost, he said it. Stealing is a part of the culture in Ghana. It's a part of us, you know? And until you can make us feel different about what we do, that's what we gonna do. I just want to know if y'all accepted this, because I'm like, again, I'm one of them crazy Americans, so y'all help me out. If it's a part of the culture, and this is what we do, y'all help me. I just can't imagine this being a part. I think this is an individual decision that people make and just to get ahead or to get over, to cut a corner or what have you. I just would not say this is a part of the culture, but y'all help me out. Definitely help me out. It's a part of it. You think so? Ashford is a part of it? Oh my goodness. Naaman, hello, how are you? This is why I mostly travel with local friends, because when you've a local person with you, interaction is more grounded. Thank you. I appreciate that. You're exactly right. Look, sometimes you can even have your local friends go in and purchase for you because of these reasons. But guess what? I live here now. I live in South Africa. So sometime soon, somebody gonna have to start seeing me as a sister and be like, I don't care what she talk like. You know what? Maybe I need to get me some Zulu under my tongue. Y'all. Thank you guys for the vowels. I appreciate that. I forgot who sent them to me, but y'all are definitely trying to help me learn Zulu. I appreciate it. What is it? I love it. Oh, I love it. Listen, thank you so much for that. Y'all keep it coming. I do read my comments, maybe not all in timely, but I definitely do. So thank you for that. Mr. Boss has also dropped the link. But y'all, I gotta go back. Y'all gotta tell me, Mbuso, NSA chopping, I think it's called eating. Oh, eating. Oh my goodness. You know what? I don't know, Garcia. Nah, it can't be a part of my culture. You with me. What you saying? Miss SB, you can pass for, okay, look, I know, how you pronounce that? Hosa. Okay. I like that, but listen, can I pass and get some of them SA discounts? I wanna blend, because all I need to do is be quiet though. I either learn some Zulu or something, because this definitely happens, y'all. Okay, listen, my first time here, I went to Rosebank, what do you call it? I don't think y'all call them flea market, but Rosebank Market. I don't know the name of it official, but y'all know what I'm talking about. And I think it was on a Saturday afternoon, and I went there and I bought some earrings. I bought some earrings, and he was like, the guy charged me double for the earrings. Y'all, I'm like so naive in this thing. And then when I got back to my friends, they was like, you did what? Because even the price that he charged wasn't a lot, y'all. It really, really wasn't in the big scheme of things. And then I'm thinking, well, y'all can't argue with a person about how much they charge. And they was like, yeah, you can here. I was like, that's kind of crazy. Because I didn't think that that's what you do. If I told you something was $20, I'm the person selling it. If you don't want to buy it, you keep it moving. I can't say to you, that ain't worth $20. I'll give you 10. But guess what? I'm learning. I'm learning. But anyway, that was the first time I realized that, because I'm this person, you gonna tell me it's $20, and y'all, I'm just using this, I don't even remember how much it was. You gonna tell me it's $20, but the next lady that came up behind me, you gonna be like $5 or something of that nature. I'm like, wait a minute. So listen, y'all, my husband goes back and like, you charged us too much for these earrings. I just saw you, I heard you. How you gonna? And he was like, y'all, I'm gonna tell you what he said. He said, the N word. Yeah. We was like, what? Been watching too much TV. Too many American movies. And he was like, what? Nah, my N-word again. He was like, nah. Then he started trying to give us stuff. I was like, oh, no, you didn't. So it was kind of funny and kind of shocking and kind of like, what? But it worked itself out. And from then, we realized that, hey, just go in half price or below half, and y'all can make it to half and everything will be okay. But that did happen. That was the first time we was here. Since we've been back and actually moved over here, my husband has had some, did I tell y'all about the situation with the car? How, was trying to sell a car for 1 year and it was another year. I mean, to me, that was the same thing. It's like you trying to get at least $5,000 more from me than you're supposed to. And it was because if you don't ask for certain things, it's not their responsibility to give you certain things. Now, it could be just an assumption that, hey, you should have done your research. But if I'm looking for a car and it's a 2021 21 and you selling, I'm saying I want a 21 or I'm wanting a 22 and you giving me a 21 and charging me the same price or the price of a 22, then you just got over on me. It's like, that type of
They
stuff.
liars, bro. They liars.
That type of stuff is like, hey, wait a minute, but if you don't ask the right questions or if you don't do your Carfax or things like that, that can happen. But what can you do? You were supposed to do your research. So I've been noticing some things, and my husband went to the pawn shop a couple times, and he was like, I want to get this for this, and they were like, no. And then, later on, we'll send somebody else in, they were able to buy it for that price. It was like, dang, that was a smack in the face. So, y'all tell me about that. Is this chopping thing, is this a real thing, or is it like, is that just something going on in Ghana? Or do y'all have another name for it? Because I do think that they see you coming and they increase the price. It was, oh God, yeah, listen. When we moved into our home, we wanted to get it clean because we were getting a whole lot of work done to it. So it needed to be clean, like a different type of clean. You know how when I don't even know what you call it, y'all. It's not like the regular weekly household cleaning. It's like that deep cleaning because you done pull up your floor. You got dust everywhere, dust this thick on your light fixtures on your windows and everything. It needed to be clean. So we called a cleaning company and they came over. They gave us a quote for like $2,000. Y'all, $2,000 just to clean. I ain't say 200, y'all, 2,000 just to clean the house. It was like, what? What are you talking about? It's like, do we just look that stupid? I mean, what? I'm like, if I got to take every corner or one corner per day, I would dare give you $2,000 to clean up my house. I couldn't believe that they said that. I was like, okay, if you didn't want the job, you could have just said you didn't want it. Now, I have learned over the years that people will put this outrageous number on something that they just don't want to do. And I'm assuming that was the case. But they was wanting $2,000 to clean a house, y'all. One house. One. And I thought it was crazy. Eric, hello, sir. How are you doing? Did you hear about Zulu Parade in the States? I did. I heard that they over the United States really embarrassed themselves because it wasn't the original Zulu apparel. Yeah, I did. What you got? What kind of feedback you got, Eric? I heard it wasn't good. And I got my little tidbit. I think it was on the news, but I saw them. They had they was kind of like doing whiteface or blackface, whatever you want to call it. It wasn't cool. But they said that they were not trying to duplicate the actual Zulu. They were just calling it that, which makes no sense again. But I think it was in New Orleans, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was in New Orleans. But they were just saying that they were just, trying to, I don't know, do something. I'm not really sure what they were trying to do. But we could request, hello, how are you? Good evening, SBU. Hello, it was good to see you.
Dearly beloved.
Naaman, I've heard from some folks who stayed in Santon and didn't think of price gouging concerns until they went to Soweto. And listen, we had another experience where over in Soweto, they did it too, though. Come think about it. It was, y'all probably know Coop. Coop has been on my channel. Coop, Jackson Cooper, Coop's Corner. He went over to Soweto and he went to a soccer game, I think it was, and they charged him like $20 for a t-shirt. Y'all know good and well. Y'all know y'all don't charge no $20 for no t-shirt. The t-shirts on the side of the road, they charged him $20 for it. And he just went on ahead and gave it the $20. But I was like, Coop, you know that t-shirt with no $20. But he did, and I was like, wow. Because y'all, it's like they see us coming, but sometimes we don't even think about it because we are coming from a place where a t-shirt is $20. So we don't even second guess it. It'd be like 20. Then when you walk away, you'd be like, wait a minute. This was $20. It's like you paying American prices here in South Africa, and you're not. Y'all, I guess we shouldn't be American prices in South Africa, because if we keep doing that, it's going to be like the person said in the video. Vendors are going to think that they can get American prices, and people in South Africa will not be able to afford it. That is so true. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not special. You ain't got to charge me no American price. I want the South African price, please. Definitely, definitely. South African. Sometimes people, outsiders, don't really immerse themselves into culture and community, so they live in a bubble. I agree with that too. I do. It's not that we don't submerge ourselves. We want to, but we get so many crazy warnings. Don't go there. It's not safe over there. You don't want to go over there. Nah, you don't even, nah, so many stories that come from places where we can be more part of the culture or just visit or just be, feel like we can walk down the street or walk around the corner or go to the soccer game or go to Soweto. Just the other day, I know you heard about the random shooting at 8:00 in the morning in Soweto. 8:00 in the morning when everybody's going to work, to school, whatever. You just starting your day. There are a million people on the road and we have a random shooting, things like that. So it's like, the theory is it's not comfortable for us. And it's like we stick out like a sore thumb. I don't think we do, but if we talk, we do. You hear our accents, we do. So then it's almost like, could it be that people, are looking for people like you? I've had people in Santon. It was another couple that was here visiting. The first night her husband was here, his phone was robbed. Okay, again, I say robbing a phone. Okay, if that's the worst thing that can happen, okay. But that's bad enough because people have so many things in their phone. But that first night he was here, he was just, telling his Uber, I'm walking out. They tapped him on the shoulder, grabbed the phone, and ran away. Come on. So we don't want to live in a bubble. We want to be able to go wherever we want to go and have those freedoms. But it's like, is this true what they said? Or, and Coop has been everywhere. So he's making his rounds to try to, to show us that, hey, look, no, it's not like that. It's not like that. Even though that's there's being said, or that's the picture that they're painting. And when I say that they're painting, I'm talking about people that live here. Even when I went to take a bus ride on the red bus, Isaac, the red bus driver, he was like, you moved over here? And I was like, yeah, it's beautiful here. I see the wealth. I see, everybody looks like me. This is cool. I'm not the minority anymore. It's just cool here. He was like, robbery. All the robbery. I said, do you not think that they rob and steal in the United States? I said, they rob, steal, and kill in the I shouldn't say kill, unalive you in the United States. And he was like, really? I was like, yes, all the time. And I was like, there's crime everywhere. So don't think it's special to SA. There's crime everywhere. He was like, well, okay, but there's a lot of robbery. And I was like, okay, So Naaman says, no risk, no reward. Oh, really? What is the reward? Okay. Church is a good place to meet folks, to integrate, yes, into the community. I think that's absolutely wonderful. You're right. I agree. I think it is. I definitely do. Doc S. Robinson, traditional parade held in New Orleans during Mardi Gras season 1, I believe. Doc, how are you? Thank you so much for being here. I don't know. I don't think it was. I think this was something else, but they said it wasn't good. Yes, crime is everywhere. I know. And to hear it's almost like, well, y'all hear it. South Africa is the murder capital and, well, not, it's the murder, the largest country, the murder capital in Africa. All the countries in Africa, South Africa is leading. This is all the things they say. Johannesburg, everything that they glorify is negative. That's the thought. They don't glorify all the positive things about the way we live. They just now have started putting Cape Town in a beautiful light. They still talking trash about Johannesburg. Somebody still told me the other day, not too long ago, about a month ago, they still having water shortage in Johannesburg, and I'm thinking, huh? Water shortage?
They liars, bro. They liars.
I'm like, did you not know it rained a whole month? It's been raining every day. I said, I don't know about a water shortage. It was like, yeah, they had that all over the media that it's a water shortage in Johannesburg. I said, no, I don't know. I said, maybe that's a particular situation for whatever reason, but I don't think there shouldn't be a water shortage in South Africa at all right now, because it's been raining for a straight month or two. So here and there, almost every day. So I don't know about that, but that's what's out there. And then they talk about the load shedding a whole lot. And, I'm like, there's solutions for all these things. But listen, there's been blackouts in New York and in Chicago. So especially in the summertime when it get hot and everybody turn the air conditioner on, you might get cut off. Things like this happen. And, but, I got a feeling because there are so many of us in one area, 81%, that we get a bad rap over here. I just kind of believe that. I think they just think all of them over there together, criminals. They think negatively of us, I believe. This just automatically. So we have to change that situation and definitely pray for South Africa. Because like I said, you don't want to be, I've said this before, you don't want to be like the United States. You don't. But I agree with you on scare tactics. Yes, when I got to South Africa, everyone told me, don't go here, don't go there. My friends took me everywhere. You just have to blend in. That's what I'm saying. But they do tell you that. Don't go this place, don't go that place. Listen, even some of my Uber drivers, they be like, look, I'll take you there during the day, but I ain't picking you up. Y'all, listen, there is a thing now. It's like, you know what? I had an Uber driver. I don't even supposed to tell the story, but I'm going to go ahead and tell it. He took us to one place, and it was pretty close to a taxi stand, but not close. And we had nothing to do with the taxi stand, but he took us to a place. And he said, you know what? Out of consideration, I'm going to go over here and talk to the people at the taxi stand and let them know that you all are with me. Because there's a thing that if you are, it's like some kind of war or beef with the Uber driver. He was like, I'm going to let them know you came in with us and you leaving with me and all of this. So everything is cool. And I'm like, oh, okay. Is that something you need to do? He was like, no, but you want everybody to understand what's going on. You don't want anybody to think that you're taking away their fare or what have you, as far as somebody, riding a taxi, what have you. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. They have a good understanding that way. But guess what, y'all? It ain't always good. So things like that, you don't know, as Americans, we don't be knowing all this stuff. I mean, I'm glad the Uber driver knew and was considerate enough to do that, but all of them ain't. So what happens when the one, isn't in the driver, the taxi driver might think that he is taking a fare. How, look, what happened? We sit there looking crazy like, what? So things like that, you just want to sit back and try to learn what is good and what is not. And I try to do it. I try to learn from my Uber drivers because they pretty darn smart, y'all. These Uber drivers, they be knowing stuff. They think bad about us. Hey, Lost, what's going on with you? Good to see you too. Cape Town is categorized for upper class. Even the locals view other local differently if you live and work in Cape Town. Yeah, you're exactly right. My doctor that I found here has said, oh, you'll love Cape Town better. He said, it's under a whole different type of government. Yeah, he did. He said it. He said, yeah, I'm telling you, you'll love it. I was like, well, we bought a house here. He was like, yeah, but you'll love Cape Town better. I love it. Now, he lives here. But he said, we get on our bikes and we go there, we fly there, we get our bikes and we just love it. And he's like, you'll like Cape Town better. It's under a whole different government. I was like, okay. So, there are some problems, some issues. Self-creation. Hello, Eric. Taxi drivers are bullies. They own the road. Yeah, apparently they're invested. They definitely are. Self-creation, thank you so much and welcome. Eric, I don't know if I welcome you to the channel, but thank you so much for being here and thank you for your engagement. It says here, I done seen an Uber driver get hit. His windows busted out right when I got out just in time. See, that type of stuff, I be wanting to know what's going on beforehand. That's what I'm talking about, self-creation. He was in the wrong zone. See there? Don't you want to know what the zones are? Even now that me and Mr. Boss are driving, or getting ready to, we want to know what zones to go into because, it's real. Like you said, I asked the Uber driver about this issue, and they said safety is one concern, but it's also because taxi drivers don't want Ubers to take their market. Yes, I agree, but I agree with that, but I don't quite understand it because I call an Uber, right? We call them, and they come. So I don't understand how that could take their market, but you know what? It's maybe I'm missing something, you know. But that's a whole different type of thing, y'all. That's a whole different type of thing. But again, like I said, I think that here because we're 81% strong, we get a bad rep, and everything that is said about South Africa is a negative. You have to actually be here and witness the positives. I used to talk about the malls because, y'all, the malls are crazy. I mean, I've never seen anything like it, and I really don't think there's anything like it in the U.S. anywhere. But we don't talk about, and then, somebody might say, oh, that ain't nothing. I'm talking about the mall, the views. I mean, you can see the wealth here. Yes, there are some problems. Yes, we need to have some more job creation. Yes, there needs to be some more careers being found or being built, or some more entrepreneurs being, groomed or what have you. The government, they may be a little twisted. I don't know the situation yet. I haven't heard or been paying attention no more than about a year. So there's some things that I'm not so familiar with. But guess what, y'all? In 2026, which is 1 year from here, 1 year, y'all can be voting again. And if the people who are in place are not doing what they're supposed to do, you need to get rid of them. 81%, y'all. So what are you looking for? What are you looking for? I don't understand. I don't understand everything. So I'm just sitting back and paying attention, and I'm loving you all with y'all comments and hipping me to some of the things I don't know. Doc says, with all due respect, the Zulu parade in New Orleans is absolutely the event that sparked outrage among South Africa. Oh, tell us what happened. Tell us what happened. How did it spark rage in South Africa? I didn't know it sparked rage for South Africans. I know that it was some news part, something on the news that I saw, and they were just saying that it was an embarrassing parade. I don't know if people are outraged or not, but they said it was embarrassing. The things that they had on, it just wasn't a good representation of the Zulus. So let us know, Doc. Keep us abreast. I have no idea. I just seen a little snippet of it, and that was it. So I have no idea. Uber has done a number on taxi cab services. Uber has better cars and faster services. Definitely lost. In the United States, yes. The taxi service is a little different here. It's not. It's more like a van. They have several people, and they get it done. They here, there, quick. They move a lot of people. It's the most affordable means of transportation. It definitely is. It's very affordable. So that's why it's so important here. But you're right. You're right. And where I'm from, North Carolina, taxis. I don't think taxis exist anymore. I hadn't seen a taxi in North Carolina in I don't know how long, especially in my city. It was all Uber and Lyft. I was telling one of the Uber drivers here, y'all know there's another service out there, right? It's called Lyft. And it was like, what? It was like, yeah, Lyft. It was like, no, we'll have that. I'm like, Lord, Lyft better not come over here. It'll be a problem. But yeah, they didn't know about Lyft. So it is definitely. Garcia is saying, I have a business idea, Mrs. SB. I would like to work with you. Okay, I like business. Let's hear about it. sbshow2020@gmail.com. Send me an email. Definitely. Business is good. Oh, God, how did I forget to do that? One major thing I forgot to share with y'all. I was trying to give y'all updates of this week. So much be going on. I told Mr. Boss, me and him going to take a year off. Does that make sense? Yeah. We just about got everything in place. We're going to take a year break, a whole year. We ain't doing nothing but come and talk to y'all. We might come out here and talk to y'all 3 or 4 times a week because we ain't doing nothing else. Because this past week on Wednesday, we actually put in for our permanent residency here in South Africa. Dearly beloved. So that's done. We got our TRN numbers. We bought a car. We bought a house. What else are we supposed to do? All of that. We did all of it. So it's time now. We remodeled a house. We did all types of renovations. I can't think of nothing else we need to do. So we're going to chill for 1 year. And in that year, we're just going to come out here and talk to you guys. We're going to find our way around South Africa. We're going to get to know. We're going to blend in. We're just going to be out there. We got a car, y'all. We're going to just be out there, right? Trying to figure it out, get to know, get acclimated to all these things, and we're going to just have a good time. We're going to take a year off. And when I mean a year off, I mean off from doing stuff, because we be darn near tired. And I think we've come to a place where there's nothing else to be done until we decide to do it. No, I'm not going to even lie like that. There's nothing else to be done until we decide to open a business. Actually, that's the reality. And we have been tossing up ideas on what type of business that we want to open first. So there's more to come. But yeah, we got to take a year off. We tired. We old folks. Not quite, but anyway, we tired. We're definitely tired. Let's see here. I know, Laws, haven't we been moving? We have been moving. We haven't stopped. Y'all listen, I could think back to those during we did garage sales, estate sales, 5 Saturdays in a row until we got rid of all our things, y'all. We got rid of it all. 5 weeks in a row, we were up on Saturday morning selling our whole house, getting ready, preparing ourselves to come to South Africa. So we did that thing. But anyway, let's see what we got here. Naaman says, taxis are going to eventually become archaic. You think so? South Africa's market is changing, and Gen Z will make sure they put the last nail. You're going to have to stop talking like that because they're going to fight you. You cannot say that. You cannot say anything about, look, we're going to have to even stop talking. We can't even say the word. You talked about shutting them down. I do have to tell y'all, though, there's been some things that are happening in that area. We're going to call it area. We ain't even going to call it a name no more. And for the next, I don't know when it's going to start, but they are talking about closing taxi stands down. Stands down for like the next 6 months in some areas due to, I'm just going to say, bad behavior. 6 months, they're going to be closed down. Now, y'all, I understand what they're trying to do, but there are going to be a lot of people that rely on taxis that are going to be affected. I don't know how this is going to work. I don't think it's going to work, but they're trying to close them down for 6 months. I don't know what they're looking for. I don't know how it's going to look to be improved. But 6 months without guaranteed transportation for some people getting back and forth to work, y'all, I don't know how that is going to be. So, I don't know. We just got to see. Ooh, Mr. Boss, what is that? Pronounce that name for me. Ooh, Philum? Philumi? I know that's probably all wrong. Welcome to the channel. My suggestion, shop around in Arabian and Indians to see if there is better pricing and consistency. Okay, definitely. Thank you for that. And help us pronounce your name. Mr. Boss always says he does it better. So help us because yours is definitely interesting and different. So definitely, if you can break it up in syllables, what you got? Let's hear.
You feel me. You feel me.
You feel me. I like that though. You feel me. If that's anywhere near right, give us a thumbs up. You did it. You got that right. Oh, you must be a man, because men think alike, because I would have never. You feel me? I like that. You got that right, Mr. Boss. Wow. Interesting. That was good. So listen, we got our residency. We're going to take a year off. And when I say a year off, it's of doing something. It's Mrs. SBU. I don't know what's your security background, but they're opening a large number of data centers in. Oh, okay. You know what? I don't know. You haven't been with me very long. Your name is new. I haven't seen you before. But me and Mr. Boss actually still own a security firm in the United States. And that has been our backbone of business for the last 25 years, actually, y'all. It's been 25 years. And we don't intend to let that go at all anytime soon. So we're trying to get into something different. We want something that is less, what can I say, less dangerous. If I want to just totally be honest, Yeah. We have armed officers and we have armed and unarmed officers in the United States, and we realize that times are getting very difficult. So we want something where we can totally, we sleep good at night, but we really want to chill because right now we live in a different place, whether we live here 6 months or live there 6 months, however we decide to do it, that is going to be our backbone business. It definitely is. I don't know if y'all also know that I have a history, or my career was real estate. I have sold houses since 2001. I love real estate. I've gone out several times and brought some real estate, some homes to my channel, and I may even dabble in that a bit more. But it's just so many different things that we can do. Now that's our past. We kind of want to get into something different, but it's like, how can we benefit our family over here in SA? What would they like? So we don't know yet, but we're gonna do something again. Like I said, we got to get out here, make ourselves familiar with the area, the territory, where we want to be, what's good. Because, we learn new things all the time. And that's what's funny. It's like we'll think something is good and they'll be like, excuse me, did you know that this and this and this didn't? Oh, no, we didn't know that. Because to us, it may look on face value, it looks good, but it'd be like a whole history behind it. And we're like, oh, okay, we got to rethink that. So again, once we've put in for everything, we've done everything. So the next thing is taking off this year coming up soon, where we just chill. We talk to you guys. We get to know more South Africans. We bring more of them into our lives. We make more relationships, like you all said and suggested. We learn more about the things that are around us, because we don't want to be in a bubble, because we're not going to learn anything in a bubble. So we agree with you guys. So it's coming. It's definitely coming. We definitely want to do that. SB, if there is one thing I've learned from you and Mr. Boss, is to travel light. Less stuff is better if you want to stay mobile. You're right. You listen, we were already planning a little trip to go walk with the elephants. It's already there. We've already planned a trip. Well, let's go back. We already planned a trip to Cape Town, coming really soon. And we've already planned a trip to go walk with the elephants. Y'all, I love elephants. So we're going to walk with the elephants coming soon. We about there, y'all. We had to get the car, and the registrations and the TRNs and all these things that are very important to South Africa, and we want to obey the law. We're trying to get all that in order. And you know what what I didn't do? I forgot to tell you guys about our experience with the South African police. I did not tell you guys. So I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you now quickly, and then we're going to move on to something else. Data centers are going to be the new real estate, because AI and virtual. Oh, you know what? You're right, because I heard the minister of Home Affairs. What is it, Dr. Shiver? He said something about things becoming digital because it's going to cut back on a lot of fraud. I didn't hear or pay attention to it totally, but it was something about, apparently there's a lot of fraud that goes on internally with these official forms, with official things that, visas, passports, things of that nature. And he said something about there's going to be a digital aspect of it that it will not, I thought he said, just show your face. Is it your face? Or something he mentioned that. So I hear that. I see that you may be right about that. So there may be something we can look into, but that whole transition from a foreign country to here, I think is something too that is important also, that may need some additional businesses in place, because I hear that there's a lot of people, a lot of foreigners that are coming to SA legally, but it's a backlog, and guess what, y'all? It's not easy. It's a lot of things that we had to do, or information that had to be gathered to actually complete this permanent residency application. And I think that someone that has gone through it would be very helpful. So there may be a business aspect to that also. So it's a lot of things that may need to happen. And, we might get into it. We're going to think about it because we want to be helpful. Even right now, if someone has some questions, I'm always open to questions. And I don't charge for, just asking me a question. Some people do charge for you asking them questions. I don't. Because it's something that we had to walk our way through, and, why not help a sister or help a brother out, especially somebody that's coming from America. Why not, because this is a big deal for us. So why not help them out? You save them a lot of time and energy and all of that. But let me go back to the story about the police. Check the Blantons from Atlanta. Did they really come from Atlanta? I didn't know that. They are well connected here, running successful business. They have the tourism business. You are exactly right. Thank you so much for that. You have been running this live stream very well. You got this. Listen, y'all don't know me, but I've been on YouTube for 3-4 years, maybe. It's been a while. I have my I can say what my topics have changed a lot, but I'm still the same person. I basically run my YouTube and my channel, everything based on my life. For so many years, I spoke to young women about being wives, marriage, and just being the best versions of themselves. That's what I did, and that was my life. Since I've been over here, I've been talking to people still about following Christ, making the transition, and however I can help them. It's still always been about my life. I'm not the one that, I am the creator, but I don't go create stuff. It's literally things that me and Mr. Boss see, go through, endeavors, always. It's never anything that I just make up or anything like that. I didn't even show my home until I actually got to South Africa. I wouldn't even show my home in the United States. I didn't feel comfortable doing it there. That's weird, right? But here I was like, I need to show people how we actually live. And that's why I, invite so many people into my life. So that's what I do on YouTube, but I appreciate you for saying that. Definitely. Everything is going to wind up on the blockchain. What is the blockchain? The chopping block. Louse, you are so funny. Anyway, she says, Doc says, I agree the Blantons are doing a great work. They're from the East Coast, actually. I'm actually from the East Coast. And if that's Atlanta, that is Atlanta, excuse me, then yeah, I didn't know that they were from Atlanta, though. That's funny. That's great. Listen, I have come over here to South Africa, and I have met so many people, and it's funny, too. It's strange, some of the people, and so many things that we have in common that we never knew, that I never knew. I don't know the people, and I'm meeting them here, and it's so many things that we have in common. It's like really funny. It's definitely funny to see that. Let's see here. Let's see. Thank you. How do you pronounce that? Tandy? Tandy Dollar. Thank you so much for that. That's why I follow you. Yeah, I'm all about my life. Definitely. I appreciate you guys all being here. And let me tell you my story really quick about my experience with the South African police. That's why Miss SBU, you shouldn't deter from investing into technology. Most future jobs are going to be in this industry. Besides, even technology evolves, the fundamental don't change. Let me say this to you. You're right. And we have not decided what we want to invest in, because I think technology is good. And like I said, there needs to be a more technical side to coming from or becoming a resident of South Africa, in my opinion. This is my opinion, y'all. But again, I always say that South Africa reminds me of the 80s. So there are some things that are they're going to come. And everything here is just very laid back, and I kind of like it. It's right now. It's not always now. So I kind of like that aspect of being laid back, not stressed out. It's going to happen. I kind of like that. But the one thing that I did say, because one of my worst experience here was at a salon when I first came. And it wasn't the salon that was worse. It was just one of the... what I detected was an attitude from one of the owners of the salon. And I did a whole show about it, and y'all could go back and take a look at it. I'm not going to go through it, but it made me want to say, okay, I'm in a place where there's 81% of people that look like me. I think that we need to be catered to a bit more. And what I'm saying, I'm talking about, I'm not leaving anybody out. I'm just saying I think we too should be catered to a bit more. Not saying that I would leave out my European family, my colored family, my Asian family. I'm not leaving out anybody. Anybody that wants to come to a salon and get their services, they are welcome. But don't make me feel like because I want my hair braided, I need to go to 5 different places to get it done. I need to go over here to get the hair. I need to go over there to get the service. You got to come back here to get it washed. I want a full service situation for everybody that would love to have those services. So that was one of the things that I was thinking about that we may need to do. A full service salon for everybody that caters to everybody. Every woman or man that needs any type of service, haircut, nails, whatever it may be, a massage, I want you to be able to come there, come to Cebu's, right? So that was one thing, but I don't know, I don't know if that's still, one of my major things or not, but I'm still thinking about it. Montrez says one of the benefits of being an expat is the huge tax breaks you will have. Okay, I'm ready for them, because remember, we still have a business. We still have a business in the United States, so it's almost like I live there too. So I'm still paying taxes and everything there, but one of the benefits is being able to use the U.S. money over here is definitely a benefit. Now, I must say, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, it is definitely a benefit. Hey, Gail at night, hello. How are you doing? It's good to see you.
Dearly beloved.
It's definitely good to see you. So, let me tell you about my SA experience. Me and Mr. Boss, y'all, we were able to get the car. And he was actually driving the car. Mr. Boss was driving the vehicle. I was not. I was just chilling. And we were stopped by the police. No, let me say it correctly. There was a roadblock. It's not like we were stopped. It was a roadblock. And then they had us pull over. So the car had a paper tag on it, right? And so the police officer felt the need to have us get out the car, and he took us all the way around the car and told us about checking the flashers and the tail lights, and he was explaining to us what the tag meant, and and he just did everything. He had us on the side of the road for about an hour, and he was the nicest. He was very nice, guys. He was. It was nothing like the experience that Coop had with the young man in the little pink car. Y'all know I'm talking about, that video I did. It was nothing like that. It was no, what color is your car? It was no aggression. It was nothing. It was none of that. The police officer was calling me queen and everything. It was just none of that. He just kept us on the road for about an hour, just telling us about everything they had to do. So anyway, the problem that he had, which really wasn't a problem because he actually talked to the dealer who sold us a car, the tag, the paper tag on the back, expired or did not have the right date. Let's just say that. So he said, let me call the dealer. Call the dealer, and the dealer says, oh, yeah, I'll get them one. It was on a Saturday. It was Saturday. So he said, the dealership is closed today. I can't do anything. So I'll make sure I'll get them one on Monday. So the police officer was like looking at me like, you hear? I shouldn't let you hear my conversation with the salesperson because he's lazy. You see the problems he's causing you? This is the police talking to us, right? And we was just looking like, really? Okay. So now you see what's going on. And he was like, yeah, I see. But to end it all, it was a very good experience. It lasted for an hour. He just let us go. And was like, your salesperson is lazy, and he better get you a tag. And he was like going off on the dealership and all of that. So it worked itself out. So that was our first experience with the police officer. That was it. So he was very nice, very kind. We had no problems actually, but we was just on the side of the road for 25 minutes. Excuse me, not 25 minutes, an hour. Forgive me. And, that was that. But, it was something we had to go through, I guess. But it was cool. I can't say it was bad in any way. Have you visited Limpopo, Eastern Cape? Nope. Lifestyle there is very laid back. Listen, lifestyle here is very laid back. Okay, not in the middle of the city of Johannesburg. I'm not talking about that. But we live in the suburbs. It is very laid back. Very, very laid back. Ain't nobody doing nothing now. Everybody is right now or yesterday. Or tomorrow, I should say. We're not rushing for nothing at all. So it's not happening. I'm good. Great to see you as well. Yeah, it's good to see you. But yeah, so that was the experience we had with the police officer. It was actually a very good experience. He was very nice. He was very kind. All of them were. He just, acclimating us to SA. There was nothing wrong with it. He did his job. So now the tag is good. We're just waiting for it to come in, actually. I actually think it's in, so I think we probably pick it up tomorrow. And everything is wonderful. So I can't complain about that. And you guys have been wonderful also. It is Friday night at 10:51, and y'all know I love my Fridays. An hour is ridiculous. I would say so too. I would say so too. But I kind of think that I don't know. I'm not gonna put the officer out there, but I think that he might have been wanting. I don't know what he was wanting, but he kept us out there an hour. He really did. He was just talking to us. I mean, maybe because we were talking, maybe because we were asking questions, maybe because I was more so interviewing. I don't know. He kept us out there almost an hour. It was an hour, every bit. It was beginning to get dark. It definitely was. Who is this we have here today? Hello, sir.
How you doing?
Oh my God. Hello.
Hey, where is my truck horn? Blow my truck horn for me, for the people who don't know me.
You know what?
There
How
we
you
go.
doing? What is going on? How are you?
Man, what happened? I'm so excited I catch you live. How you been?
I've been good. How about you? You look at you. Where are you at right now?
I'm home. I made all the money that America could give me this week, and I'm home.
Okay, I like that. I think I did. I think I did too. So we good. How you been?
I haven't seen you in a while, man. I was looking for your I don't see you go live, and then I catch your you know, your video of you in Africa, and I'm like, man, you leave America?
I did. I did.
And
I
I saw
did.
you trying to buy a car. No, you know I'm Jamaican. You know we know the scammers in Africa. Why you
You
don't
ain't.
call me for a deal?
I should have. I should have.
Man,
I
here we
should
go,
have.
man. I gotta
Listen.
call you out in this.
You got to call me out on that one because you know what? It is so good to hear from you. We left America. We got here July 1st. We got here July 1st. So we've been here almost a year. It'll be a
How
year.
is the husband? Is he? I know he's.
You know he's still
good,
back there
right?
giving you the horn. Yeah, he's here.
Yeah, man.
We
Shout out to him, man. Man, you good people, man. Man, congratulations. I haven't seen you in a while. I haven't spoke to you, man. I am so proud of you. You are a brave couple.
Why you say that, Kurt? What's going on? What's good?
Because the world have fed this fear. America fed this fear outside of America that there's, don't leave, because if you leave, I mean, I travel everywhere. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, for the average person that live here, there's so many propaganda and fear that has been put inside of people that it hinders them from really growing and really making. And when I see you make that move, I'm like, and then I hear you talking about all these other stuff, I'm like, another person go outside of America and tell the truth.
Yes. Listen.
You see what I'm saying? So I just
totally.
love the way, and I hope people that will, see, and be encouraged by you and use you as an example, you and your husband, y'all go way back.
Yes.
The pandemic, you
Yes.
ride it out with the Americans,
Yes.
your YouTube family. You really do your thing, and I'm proud of you. I'm happy that I see you did not let fear. And I, man, you accomplish a lot, man. You so humble. God really bless you. And we were talking about. I was talking to one of my friend about a scripture the other day, and he said to me that one of his friend was saying, "Let your light shine," but he didn't know the rest of the scripture. And I was like, yeah, the Bible said, "Let your light shine so man may see and glorify the Father who is in heaven." You and your husband is a prime example of that.
Wow.
And I'm
Thank
happy.
you so much.
You know what I mean? So, now you live in Africa. I got my passport. Where is it?
Yes, I'm glad you got it. Listen.
You know what I mean?
Actually, listen, if this was not of it's just like what you just said. God has actually given my husband this move. He says you need to go. So that's why we're here in Africa. And being in South Africa came from some friends of ours. We actually visited here, and we was like, this is it. This is the place to go. Because he was told to go to Africa over 20 years ago. But like you just said, it's like, when you settled in a place, we were settled in the U.S. We had everything. We had lived in our house for 20 years. What
Right.
been in business and did all those things, we were like, chill. It's like we on the downside now. We're good. But it was like, no, you need to go. So we was obedient to him. Was like, listen, we could praise the Lord anywhere. So let's go. So we
Right,
did it.
right. Yeah,
We did it.
yeah,
And
yeah.
living
I
over
I
here.
listen to you talk, man, and I'm telling you, you inspire a lot of people. Trust me, you inspire a lot of people, and I just want to say, just keep going and keep doing what you're doing. And one thing you know me, you always talk, and I always say, one thing about you, you be yourself.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, because the other person is always going to expose you, which is not you. You see what I'm saying? When you be yourself,
Right.
that's you 24/7. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, listening to you talk, I don't think it's a culture shock to you, because you already sound like you adapt to a lot of the people and the environment, and you start to know where you at, what you about, and all that. You know what I'm saying? So cool, shout out to you, man. I really
We're getting
you
used
know
to it. I was just saying not too long ago that we're gonna take, because what we did when we came over here, we bought a house, we renovated the whole house. We have already put in for our permanent residency. So we basically have done. We got our TRN numbers for driver's licenses. We don't have to get driver's
right,
licenses
right.
yet, but we've done everything. We bought a car, so we've done everything that we need to do, major things. So now we can actually chill until we decide to go into business and get our residency back. Basically, that's what we're waiting on. We would have to wait on that to do the next step anyway. So we said we were just gonna just do YouTube and just learn our way around, figure out what's good, just blend to figure out. Now we got a car, we can go places. We can jump in the car. I mean, we've been going places, but still,
Right,
we can
right,
figure
right.
out where we fit in. We can figure out what it is that God would want us to do here. What kind of content do we need to have for South Africans? Because this place is so
Yeah.
much like the United States. It's funny to me. It's
Mhm,
funny.
mhm, mhm.
So it was very
Yeah.
soft landing for us. So I was just saying today, my South African family doesn't know me, but I've been on YouTube for about 4 years. I done talked about marriage. I done talked about ladies. I mean,
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You
always
got
my
it all.
life.
Right.
Always my life. And if I need to do that here, of course I will, because that's easy. That's simple to me. But if it's something else that God wants me to do, I want to make sure I'm listening and being in the right place,
Mhm.
doing the right thing. So I am so
Just pray about
glad.
it.
I
Pray
know,
about
yeah.
it.
Yes,
And
you're
and,
right.
and if you wanna, maybe start like a little tour where you can, let couples, maybe not maybe 5 couples that close by, that you can bring us over there, and we can, because you put us up in a hotel and all of that, and shuttle us
Listen,
around. That would be good.
why would I put y'all in a hotel? I have a huge house.
I know, but not we still gonna want to be, get up in the morning and go walk and do all, get our own coffee, because we got habits. You see what
Hey,
I'm saying?
listen.
We don't want to wake up the rest of the people when we
No,
want to go out.
y'all got to figure out how to do them habits right up in here. I'm gonna do a background check and I get some fingerprints. We good.
But I'm saying, what I want to say is, I'm happy that you made that move, and I'm glad that you are showing people that there's so much out there in the world that is, people are hindering. And I heard you said, uh especially when it comes on to finance and your money, um people been told that this where you at is it, you know what I mean, and
Yes.
people live in that fear and that box and trap. And you know my story already. I'm from Jamaica, came to America with no green card, and I all of that stuff. So I'm just saying that if I come to America and I do it, and I see you and your husband now move to a different country as an American, it remind me of my days when I came here. You get what I'm saying? That starting over phase that you're doing, I understand it. You get what I'm saying? I understand where you're coming from, and God bless you. God bless your husband. Y'all prepared for it. Yeah, he's never leaving your side. So my biggest joy is that I see you make the move, and just encourage a lot of people to, don't be fearful, man. Don't be fearful. You know what I mean? The devil wants you to be fearful. The enemy uses fear as an endurance. I came here when I was 28. Did not have a green card. You know, I talk about my stuff all the time. No, I'm a truck
Oh, you
driver.
know,
I make
yeah.
crazy money in America. But if you had told me that would have happened 19 years ago, I would have told you a lie. You know what I mean?
Listen, let's don't leave out the wife. You give her props.
Oh my God, she want to be an independent woman so bad, and she's a boss babe,
Oh,
but not in that way.
No,
You
we
know what I
know.
mean?
We know. 'Cause
Not in the
remember,
unruly way.
do you remember how me and you met? You remember that?
Yeah,
You remember you
exactly.
called me,
When
remember you said boss?
when I call you up and I call you and I say, yeah,
Yeah,
well, I
that
sit
was
up
the
here like a
first
boss chick.
encounter. Yeah, you was like, yeah, I know you a boss chick. I was like, oh, really?
Yeah,
Yes.
you were that. Remember back then was the era of YouTube where you used to go live every night, right? I think it was every night or every
It
other
was a
night.
lot. It was a lot. We was trying to
Yeah,
have some solution. You know,
you
that was
used to
like
do a lot of collab. I call you one night and I'm like, what you over here talking about? You know, you a boss lady, and you know, we hit it off. And I was
Yep.
in my truck. I think I was in Texas picking up a load coming to Pennsylvania.
Yep.
But
Yep.
but I am so happy, man. My wife is, she's going to Jamaica in a week or so with the kids. I'm gonna take a week off. But that's what I'm saying. We live in America, and if you don't structure your thing the right way, you will never live the life that God wants you to live. And people don't understand it. And I get it. People don't have any choices in certain circumstances, but you gotta make the move. You got to initiate that you want change. You get what I'm saying? Change is not going to come. The Bible said work without faith, faith without works is dead. So if you don't move into the direction that you want to go, you will never accomplish what you want. And, you have to be able to do those things. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you, what would you
Mhm.
say about, what would you say about living in the United States as of right now? How do you feel about it?
Oh, man. So I can tell you it's bad over here, and it's really bad for people who are not in certain circumstances, education, finance. If you don't have certain friends in high places, we I talk about this back in the days when not with you, but I talk about it on the next podcast when I was talking about the decline of cost of living. Oh, the cost of living is going to be so high that people are going to live down instead of up. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have gas prices. It's horrible. It's horrible, and they take a lot of stuff from people, and now people are realizing that they've been lied to. You get what I'm saying? It's very expensive to live out here. Even me as a trucker, the reason why I don't complain, glory be to God, is because we don't do the stuff like what the world told us to do.
Right.
You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, the 2024 BMW or 2025 BMW, I ain't gonna get it. Call me goofy, but I'd rather buy me a Volvo truck before I buy me a BMW. You know that.
Yeah. You live in your truck. You make your money.
Yes.
You understand this. But that's what
Yeah, but
that's
it's
what
bad.
I'm sharing that with my South African family, that it is tough, because I always hear that they want to come to America because it's always about the money. But I'm telling you, I tell them all the time. I say, listen, it doesn't equal out. It doesn't.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
A carton of eggs is how much? $12.
Oh man, the milk we used to give my kids, thank God they turned when we first bought those milk, the milk was, I think it was $2 and change. They're like $8 now at BJ's.
So it's just tough. And
Some week you go to BJ's, you can't get eggs. Some week you don't even buy it because it's too expensive.
So
And if you go
it's
to
not
if you
stopping
shop
though.
around,
It's not
no,
stopping. It's just
no,
still.
no.
So listen, South Creation here, one of the people in the comment section, they say, I live off of $500 in a month in South Africa. That's a basic salary for people
Not in
on
America.
this side. In
Not in
America,
America.
$500 is, let me just say this. If you had a child,
$500 full my tank of gas for my truck.
oh, definitely. But wait a minute, explain to them what type of truck you're talking about.
I mean, it's diesel, but it's expensive.
Yeah, he's talking about a transport 18-wheeler.
Yeah, my
So,
18-wheeler is
yeah.
$500 in Missouri, to be honest with you. Not even Pennsylvania, in Missouri.
Wow.
At $2.39 a gallon.
That's wow. It's
Yeah.
so
Your
it's
husband and you is living the dream.
that's what I keep saying, but I think
Yeah.
that a lot of times people don't understand. I was like, we still have a business in America. We definitely do. But
Mhm.
the cost of living here, it doesn't even compare. Even, and I don't even know if I told them this, even with me selling my house there, when I sold my house had doubled in value for me purchasing it. That's the
Mhm.
difference. You know what I mean? It doubled in value. I
Yeah.
mean, that worked out good for me, but the person that had to buy it, they paid double the amount that I paid for it 20 years earlier.
This house right here, we bought it for 200 and some thousand. It worth 500 and change now.
Right. Gosh. That
See
was
what I'm saying?
almost
So when I'm ready to move to Africa, I'm going to
yep.
sell this house to move.
There you go. Have you That's what we did. Have you been to South Africa?
I've never been to Africa.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, see, my wife. We go anywhere, but we just we go Europe, and like I said, now we know that you're in Africa. Yeah, we
You
can
gotta
we can
come.
stop.
Definitely. Hey,
You see what
Miss
I'm
Hill,
saying? I
what's
know we
up?
gotta go through. Uh, uh, You guys go through the EU, right?
To the where?
You fly through the EU, the Saudi country.
Well,
Well, it
everything is
depends on where you at.
well, once you get on this side, everything is here. It's easy. It's like when you to come across the water is hard, but once you're over here,
Oh, okay,
Egypt, Europe, everywhere, it's right here. You could go. Egypt, I think,
okay,
is 8
okay.
hours. I think Cape Town is 2 hours. You can go. I mean, everywhere is here. Europe is 8 hours, I
Yeah,
think, on a
yeah.
flight.
No,
So
we gonna definitely come. That's what I'm saying. Whenever you start like a little group, but we probably gonna get there before that, because me and my wife, you know, she
I would
love them
love to
travel.
meet your
But
wife. That'd be nice. That would be nice
oh,
to because I almost know who she is, but I don't know who she
yeah,
is.
she is a wonderful wife, man, and she's Jamaican like me, so it makes it a little easy. We work together as a couple to build a business. We got 2 kids. Sometime I want to sell her on Amazon, but I haven't seen the right deal yet.
You know what? Whenever I hear a
I'm pretty
man,
sure your husband tried to sell you sometime on Amazon too.
I think that would be a no. Listen, whenever I hear a person talk about a woman or a man talk about they work with their wives, I'm always like, I know her, I feel her.
Oh
I'm
man,
ready because my husband and I have worked together all our marriage. The whole
she is. Listen, she is one of the when I hear people say they want business, they want a partner. She's a excellent wife. You get what
There
I'm
you go.
saying?
There you go.
And
Yes,
and a lot of people
exactly.
don't understand. She doesn't go to work like a 9 to 5. She's a part of this business, but just what she do between her running the business with the kids and all of that, it's almost is like it's a crazy job. You
No, I
can't
understand.
disrespect a woman like that. You know what I
I
mean?
understand. I definitely understand. And
You
taking
know,
care of
so
you. How about
yeah,
that?
yeah,
I
and still
know.
gotta wash and still gotta cook and still gotta make sure that the bills paid and all of that stuff. So a lot of times that's why I'm saying, like, people like to be you see the internet with all these people talking about couples and all that, but sometimes I think people, you know it goes back to what I said to you when I first came on. Sometimes y'all just gotta try different culture, try different man, try different woman, go
Oh
to a
yeah.
different place.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it like the way it's been promoted on the internet, but maybe just fly to Africa, get you a nice woman in Africa, spend a 2 3 weeks with her,
Yeah.
relax, calm your mind. You know what I mean? Uh,
Yeah.
you know, Eat a Jamaican, get some curry goat in your system. You see what I'm saying? Some oxtail.
Yeah. But
Get a Chinese, Kinichiwa, something.
you know what's happening to marriage, right? It's going
Marriage
down.
is so is been watered down. It's been so diluted, and everybody. I heard somebody said, your married is just a piece of paper. Well, let me explain something to people like to talk like that. If I'm in a coma tomorrow, my mom she wouldn't be able to make the decision around my wife if I stay on it or pull the plug. That's how powerful that piece of paper is.
Very powerful.
This house right here, who you think gonna take it over? The cars. All the stuff that need to liquidate into, who you think on that piece of paper?
Listen.
So the ignorant people just get fooled, they're caught up into the foolishness, and they echo. That's what I'm saying. They echo the same foolishness, and they have their own ideology of what life really is. And that's what I'm saying. Like people like you and me, and it's just a very few people leave that really understand what really life is. And that's what I'm saying. When you leave this country, you start to meet other people. You start to, I'm pretty sure you run into a lot of Americans in Africa that's living there, and you start to build a different relationship with different beings. Like, wow, we've been told a lie. We've been told this.
Yeah.
We've been told that.
And
You
it's
know what I
different.
mean?
But you know what? When we do meet, I have met a lot of people over here that are from they're African Americans, but we all seem to have something in common, though. Most of them that I've met, they're all married people, and they all somewhat have relationships like ours. They're working together with their spouses. They're married people. It's more than a piece of paper. And I guess it would have to be, because you're talking about moving all the way across the country to another country, starting your life over. Some of them have kids, and it's just different. They're different type of people. They're people like yourself. So it's amazing, actually. And we're here, like I said, purposely. We just got to figure out what's going on. Let's see.
Yeah.
South
No,
Creations. Let me read this comment here. Let me read the
Yeah.
comment. South Creation says, my best advice to anybody coming from America moving abroad, make sure you come with good credit. It will save you life. It will save your life like it did me. Good credit. Let's talk about it, because maybe I'm not quite understanding, because from what I'm understanding, we can't have any kind of type of credit. Well, that's not totally true. But I thought here, as an American coming here without a Social Security number and without an SISA number, that they don't extend credit to you. We actually have to pay for whatever we buy cash. I don't own a business. I live off my credit abroad. Oh, I need to talk to you to figure out what you're talking about. Now, okay, wait,
It's
hold on.
probably it's probably talking about, like, in terms of, like, you can still live abroad once you have good credit, and have a job
Okay.
in certain country. You can
I see what you're talking about now. If you're talking about
yeah,
the credit that you've already established in America.
established. Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you totally on that. Definitely.
Yeah.
You're right.
So let's just say I moved to Canada and I got, I moved to Canada and I have $100,000 credit card. You
I
see what I'm
got you.
saying?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that in the
Right.
beginning, but I understand what you're saying now, because you are exactly right. For
Yeah.
emergencies, necessities, you are exactly right. Because in South Africa, and I'm thinking in other African countries too, they don't do credit. They don't extend credit. You have to actually have a South African ID before they extend any type of credit for you or
Yeah.
to you. And from my understanding, the interest rates are like outrageous. So it's not something that you want to partake in anyway. So
That's why you need to link up with a couple of rude boys. You see, every country got a rude boy. You and your husband got to find the rude boys in the country. You know what I mean? And you balance it off. You see what I'm saying?
I think
You
I've
see
met
what
a
I'm
couple rude boys. I think I got that, because it's always the man that knows the man. I got you.
Yeah, because you talk about it in your car when you were talking about a car. You said you run into another guy, and this guy was telling you that this car is not good, and so forth. So
Yeah.
he you see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And then you
We
go
have to
into the
figure it
furniture
out.
store, and they're selling $30,000 furniture, and the rude boy in the back, he got his cousin down the block that got a store that they selling the same thing as a fraction of the price. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. You have to get
So
in and know, because I hear that's a part of the culture. So you're right. We have to learn
yeah,
certain things. I agree with
yeah,
that. We're learning. We're definitely learning. Yes, we
yeah.
definitely
But
are.
America is not a lot of people. I don't know how they're gonna survive, man. It's really bad.
Yeah, it
The economy
is.
is bad. Trucking. And me, I'm out here, so I see the day-to-day activity and talk to people, and I see the volume of freight that that I picked up. the decline, the increase, when the market shift, I could tell, you see what I'm saying? The rate, all of that stuff. For the average household in America, man, it's bad. It's bad right now. I'm telling you, it's bad. And you mentioned marriage. Oh man, there's a lot of people are going to be filing for divorce because once that money dried up, that tension comes in, and people don't. Not everybody know to deal with stress. A
But
lot of
that
people think
means
stress is
we don't
ending
understand.
something, and yeah, you know what I mean. So
We don't understand what the institution of marriage is. And Naaman just said something. He said the value of marriage evaporated, monetizing everything possible, made morality and values sold on pennies. You are so correct. It is, but again, we don't know the purpose of God's purpose for man and then woman. We have no idea. And it is dried up. And I don't think women nor men actually. And Kurt, you're right. Men are definitely going to be walking away from marriages, long-term marriages. I've seen and heard this, and they're not. I really couldn't tell you why, because it's not like you're going to live better as a single person.
no, one of the you got to understand. You got to understand, because I call you boss lady, so
Yeah,
you got to understand the responsibility that you have. When it falls, not everybody can take care of it. The only reason why I am here talking to you with a smile on my face and I'm okay is because I understand the economy, I understand finance, I prepared, I have patience. You see what I'm saying? All the things that these guys are feeling this out here in the culture to not have is what I don't go by that.
Right.
Get the new things and keep up with the Joneses and all. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So when you look at a relationship, especially when it comes on to people without money, that's why it's gonna fall apart. The reason why I can do this is because me, I got my connection. I got years in business. I've been doing this from 2011. I'm not a new truck driver. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this for a very long time. So, and we own the trucks.
Right.
We don't work for a company. We own them. This is our company, our MCA or DOT, the whole shebang. You know what I mean? So for a person now that if I make, let's just say I make, $12,000 a week, I pay Uncle Simon take my gas out of that $3,500 in gas, and put another $2,000. I put the rest in the bank. Not everybody have that opportunity. But I saw it coming. We talked about this a long time ago.
Yeah, we do. We
You know
talk
what I'm
about it,
saying?
and you know what? It doesn't. I know what you're saying, because guess what? Insurance alone.
Oh,
If
the
you, if you,
insurance is $2,600 for me now. When
oh
I
my
started,
goodness,
my insurance was $900.
I can't even. We
Nine
have so
hundred
many
dollars.
different insurances, because we
We
got
got two trucks.
we
We
got
got two
a
trucks.
security firm, so we got so many different insurances that we have to have. It's ridiculous. So I know
Yeah.
what you're saying, and I get it, but I don't think it's just different now, and it's going to be very difficult for people. And like you said, if they don't understand what's going on, you said that it's because you understand economics and business and what have you, and that's true. But what we have to do more so than any of that is we got to trust in God. Because all these things
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
these things that are happening right now, it's written. It's already been written, and it's there for us. And even Trump being put into office is there for us. So,
Mhm. There was a big fight the other day in one of those. We truckers have these lounge that we stop. Because we stop. We got like these big casinos that sometimes we'll meet up and people. And there was a big brawl before Donald Trump came in with a couple guys, and they were saying that when Donald Trump come in office, he gonna take care of truckers. Donald Trump signed 21 executive order. None of them was for truckers. And the guys who was fighting the people that was telling them, he ain't gonna do crap for you.
I don't
So
think
this handout mentality where people got it, where when he comes in, we gonna be good. No. It's 21 executive order I've signed and keep signing, and none have not signed for truckers.
It's been more than 21. It was 21 the first day, wasn't it?
What? Okay. I come 21 the last time I checked.
No, I don't think y'all should be waiting on that. Don't wait on it. Don't
But
wait on it.
but what I'm saying to you, I understand the
Yeah.
economy. I understand the system. I don't sit around and that's why I don't complain like them.
Wow. So they
You see what
waiting
I'm
for
saying?
so they
They're
waiting for
waiting
something
for
to
the
happen.
handout, right?
Right.
And then they say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get a second round of PPP." No, you're not. The devil is a liar. You ain't gonna get nothing.
Elon
Not
is
on the
cutting the
hit.
fat. He's not getting ready to give out nothing.
Well,
What?
hello. You forgot they tell people to get off the food stamp. They cut off the food stamp. They cut off the welfare. So if he's gonna give us PPP, why would he cut those stuff off? Goofy,
Wow.
goofy. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Very.
Why would he cut? Then they have this thing promote. He gonna give everybody 5,000. Why would he kick you off the free stuff and then turn around and give you $5,000?
I have never heard of any of that. Where is
You
this
better
coming
get the
from?
mama button and press the mama button when time I come back on the live.
Press the what button?
The mama button.
What's the mama button?
You know, and scream, mama.
Well, listen, Kurt, listen, it is 11:22, almost
I'm gonna let
11:30
you go
over
to your
here.
bed.
I come on Fridays. I'm 6 hours ahead of you. Well, where are you right now? Are you in
I'm in
Texas?
Pennsylvania.
You in
No,
Pennsylvania?
no, no. Yeah.
So I'm 6 hours ahead of you. I think, yeah. It's
Yeah, it's
11:22 here.
5:22, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm 6 hours ahead. So you got to look for me whenever on Friday night when you're not doing anything, or Friday afternoon, I should say. When you're
Okay.
not busy, you got to look for me because I'm coming on somewhere between 8 and 9. I try to catch
Okay.
my U.S. family and my South African family. Hey, Dr. Steele, how are you? I'm trying to catch, get a little smooth median. I may have to pick another day, and I will, because when we're taking a year off, we'll have more time just to get on here and just enjoy ourselves. But you got to look for me. I'm
But
SPU
but if
Live.
you come on in the night, you 6 hours.
I'm 6 hours
Um,
ahead. It's nighttime here, but for you, it's just now evening. It's 5:22. It's not even.
yeah, but you can jump on the live anytime you're free. There's always gonna be people watching.
You think?
Oh
You
yeah,
see,
I'm in my truck watching live all the time. People at work watching live, commenting. It doesn't matter when. You don't have to jump on a particular time. If you 3 o'clock and it's 11
well, I'm
o'clock over
just
here, you
now.
can.
Guess what though? Just in recent weeks, just maybe in a month or so, my U.S. family is just now finding me. So that transition from the U.S. to South Africa is finally getting catching on. It's finally catching on. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
glad of that.
yeah.
So I just got to keep doing it, and then I'll get all my family members in place, and then we can just talk like we used to. Catch up on everything.
Your shorts, some of your old shorts from your back in the day still popped up, right?
Yeah.
They're still in the algorithm where they're still like when you used to, they still show up in recommended shorts.
Yeah. I got some
You're
and
still
it's
circling around on YouTube, man. Don't worry. Just jump on the
YouTube.
live. You don't have to be no particular time, man. If you up 3 o'clock and you done work and done finish in the evening and we over here, whatever time, just jump on the live.
I,
We here.
I tell you, let's see what time. Okay, so around 8 o'clock. That would be around what
8
time?
o'clock,
Would
6
be like
o'clock,
2
1
o'clock in the
o'clock,
morning.
2
2
o'clock
o'clock in
in
the
the
morning.
morning. No, I'm talking about our time. It doesn't matter what time. If you get up tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, and
Yeah.
it's 2, 3 o'clock over here, you jump on the live, people be
Yep.
watching you.
You're right. Listen, have you have you been visiting any channels lately? You been on anybody's channel?
Ain't nobody left out here. That's why I was so excited when I see you.
Really?
Yeah, your type of topic is not here no more.
Oh, so what they talking about now?
Man, they ain't talking about nothing out here, man.
Oh, wow.
Nothing. Nothing. Everybody talking about man and what man should do and baby mamas and the same old. Man ain't got no time for that. I'm trying to go to Africa.
Come on over here. Come on over.
They talk about baby mamas and
You're
then they
right.
ain't talking about nothing, man. They ain't talking about
Because that ain't gonna
this
save
is
nobody. That ain't saving nobody. that ain't doing nothing. You're right.
listen, man. Your channel, that's what I'm saying. When you made that move, man, you took a lot with you. Because your channel was one of the last channel on YouTube that was having the conversation.
We got to get that conversation going again.
You see what I'm saying? And the thing with you, man, you go deep. Money line. You remember your money line song?
Of course, I remember. Look,
Come on, man.
listen.
Uh-oh. There you go. We missed that, man. We missed that. We
Listen,
want that back.
Listen, we got a whole new family to involve now. We got my South African family. We got to get them up. We got to get them over here. You know, they got to get them up to speed on SB, and we're going to get them talking with, because I don't think many people, if any, go live here in South Africa. So this is totally new for them, I think. I don't see anybody going live. So they don't have a place where they can come and talk and do all this. So I want them to see too that you have a place where you can come and talk. Just hit that link, and you up here talking with me too. So this is new for them too. So when they get a hold of it, I'm sure they're gonna be in here talking, and we'll get it started again.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
And you the realest, you and your husband, you're the realest, you're the perfect example of what a couple should be like. You are the prime example of what guys should be marrying to. You get what I'm saying? And you have done so much for the community, you and your husband. So
Wow.
just
Thank
jumping
you.
alive, man. Just jumping alive, man. Just jumping alive. Get up tomorrow, 9, 12. Doesn't matter. Just grab your phone. Cause you know you can go on your phone now. Just grab your phone and be in the streets. I was a little out of town.
Well, we gonna like I said, it's time.
You know what I
You're
mean?
right.
Go
Yeah,
into
but
one
you
of
know
them
what?
dirt
You have
Jamaican
been,
restaurants and show me some of them Jamaican parties.
oh Lord, you have been an inspiration though, definitely. So we gonna get
Man,
there.
listen, we need you back. We need you back. When you used to go live with a ton of those people, man, you used to have like 200 people watching you some night. You remember?
Nah, close to it. I had it a couple times, but then you know what?
Man,
People
listen, man.
people are not so faithful as they should be. But you know what? I
The
thank God for
faithfuls,
whatever
the
we do.
ones that really want the truth and support you, man, they gonna ride with you.
Yeah,
You
that's
see what
true.
I'm saying?
I have a lot of them here
And
now. Dr.
over
Steele,
time,
Miss M, a lot of them here
yeah,
now. They just have to
yeah,
find
over
me because my
time,
time is different. Yeah, you're right.
yeah, over time, you're gonna weed out the people that really not here for you. Because even in your regular life, you gotta weed out. You know, you gotta weed out some of them people. You know what I mean?
Mm,
So you
yeah.
gotta you gotta like I said, man, you're original, you're authentic. So just be you, man. Just jump on your phone and go live. Hey guys,
Well, that's
and
what
just
we're
do your
gonna
thing.
do. We're gonna continue to do that. But listen, I got to get out of here. It's
Go
been
get
such a
some rest,
pleasure.
man.
Look for us. Look
Nice.
for us.
I got my notifications set, so every time you go live, no, I'm gonna see you. And it was a wonderful experience talking to you, man. And I'm happy I see you, and I want to come to America. I want to come to
You want to
Africa.
come to Africa? You got it. Listen, you got it. You just all you
I
got to
got
do.
I got my passport, man. We're ready. All
Yeah,
right.
just plan the trip. Y'all come on over.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right.
Have a good
All
night,
right.
sir.
Stay safe, boss lady.
All right, bye. See you soon. So definitely, the Dr. Steele, I did see Pop the Balloon. I have listen. There was an adult, and I don't know if they called it. I don't know how they do their applications or what have you, but there was a show where there were people on there that were 40 and over, and there were some 40 ladies, 40, 50, even up to 55. So you need to get that application in. But I would love to do a Pop the Balloon Africa. That would be so fun. But yeah, I did see them on Netflix. Definitely. Miss M, it's so good to see you. We're definitely going to jump in. Always on YouTube. Start something. Get it going. Thank you so much. It's good to see you. And listen, guys, I will be back soon. Like I said, me and Mr. Boss, we're on our way back. And for my South African family, y'all come and join us. I know this is something different, but you're welcome. To my U.S. family, y'all always welcome. Hopefully you all can find me. Talk to you soon. Have a good weekend. Good night.